Hi, in this session I would like to show you how we can work with the presets in the head designer. So this is all the presets that we have, and you can see that these are the same presets that we find here in our loading sort of drop-down menu. So if I go through them, the editing one is obviously the one that actually allows us to edit our sliders, and then we have a series of presets that I have set up, but all of them can be easily customized to make them according to what you actually would like to see those presets to look like. So if you, for example, wanted to have an African face that as a sort of like standard is loaded in a different with different features than the one that I have here, you can come in and then adjust this. So like, say for example, if I go to the African preset, it's going to load it, and you can see that here we just have sort of just the African mix. But say for example, if we wanted to have a different kind of sort of type of nose, different nose length, perhaps sort of like more of a hooky nose, for example, something like that, or whatever it is that your preference is. Now if we go back to the head designer and come to the 0 presets, now loading the African mix would actually sort of load your new set of inputs that you have created as a starting point, if you see what I mean. So if I go back to the African mix and I just 0 these things, and then I can actually just go back to what I had before. So now once again, if I go to the head designer, and you can see that the African mix is actually the way that I had it before. Now the other thing that we have here is obviously as well with all the sort of like kind of mixes, including the animal mixes, we have this current mix, and this actually can be used in order to save whatever adjustments you have made sort of like kind of to your head designer settings. So say for example, you were working on something, just like kind of designing a face, and have actually created all this kind of inputs here, and you want to actually to save this because you want to create sort of targets for facial animation later on, which I'm going to show you on a later video. And say for example, you want to actually just make a bit of a broader face, so we just give it a little bit of a lizard face, and perhaps, I don't know, we'd like to sort of like enough to give it a pig's ear, so that is like a pixie type of looking character. So just find the ears, pig ear, and So just actually giving a pointy ear like that. And then what we can do is just like kind of basically we can go to this one. You can actually just either remember this setting or like kind of copy and paste it. So if I go to the current mix now and put it to something like that, change the peaks here to something like this, and now if I go back to the sort of like kind of to my head designer and load the current mix, you can see that now it loads in with this new sort of like kind of this new set of inputs. So ideally, sort of, you know, what you would do is you from session to session, you could actually sort of kind of either zero all the sliders and then save sort of your new mixes, or just keep that going and sort of adjust it as you go along. Now another thing that I would like to show you is with a material designer is that we have some nice capabilities of creating really a very big variety of eyes and, you know, different eye colors. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to load this alien skin preset, and then what I'm going to do is to actually sort of like kind of to just come to edit, and come to edit both for the pupil sort of like kind of, and for the eye color. So with a pupil presets, we have the pin, and that actually gives us the chance to do some really sort of like kind of some really interesting like alien eyes and stuff like that. So if I'm gonna take all this off and come to something like this, open it up a little bit, so come to edit, open it up a little bit like that. Okay, so say for example we can create some strange looking sort of like kind of you know, sort of single pupil sort of alien eyes. And even make them even more pinprick if we wish like. So it gives us a lot of chance to actually sort of to experiment with the look of the eyes, and create sort of like quite a big variety of looks within sort of like kind of what we can achieve with the eyes. So the more I move it closer to this, and I think that this kind of things as well, this type of eyes can be also not only useful for actually for creating some you know, alien type of eyes, but they're very useful for creating cartoony looking eyes, because a lot of the times with cartoony eyes you just sort of like kind of like to have just a very simple pupil, and that's all. So quite a lot of flexibility with this, and you know, we always sort of like can return back to our defaults and start sort of cycling, you know, to the different other color sort of presets for the eyes. Okay, so thank you for watching this. and I'll see you on the next little demonstration.